One of the hardest things in life is when two people or two parties are arguing out of thick-headed stupidity over nothing. When those two people are arguing or differing, you try to reason with them, you find that they have refused to reason. I am not meaning, we have some people, either because of their level of education or exposure and such other things, they are incapable of reasoning. That one we don't blame them, but we are blaming people who have capacity to reason and then they refuse to reason over an obvious thing. In this case, I'm talking about this young man, and I'm also talking about state agents. I'm also talking of the state agents. Both sides are wrong. Both sides are stupid. Both sides are foolish. But I have to start somewhere. I have to start with the boy. I'm shocked. Okay, being abducted and whatever and whatever, of course, will make relatives be concerned. Anybody would not want to have a relative or a friend or an acquaintance whom you cannot account for where that acquaintance is. That one you have to be concerned. But for those people who are related to him, who are acquainted to him, I am yet to see any person who is remorseful for what the boy did. It is just like whatever the boy was doing was normal, was correct, was not whatever. I did not see anybody who was saying that if the boy is found well and fine, because it is possible the boy may be found in a vegetative state for the rest of his life, or he may be found in a condition similar to the Kitengela 3. I'll come to that. But if the boy is found fine and fair, it would be very fair if those who are close to him have a sitting with him and tell him that what you did was bad and what you did you should not repeat it. It is different from somebody who has been abducted for some reasons, like during Nyayo days, you could get somebody very influential, almost my age, because at my age you can't find a civil servant, or even a politician of my age and above. Maybe he has a gashungwa somewhere, and a young man wants to marry that gashungwa, and then you find the young man going through what this young man is going through. That way, you could react the way his relatives are reacting. But all facts remaining constant, and in the absence of any new evidence, it seems that, first of all, it seems that he has been abducted. Then second, it seems that he has been abducted because of what he did on social media. So it is only good that when he is found safe and fine, he should be told to do things that can be reasonable. Sincerely, my viewer, let me ask you a question. Is it really good to upload a picture, an image that portrays somebody, anybody who is dead, and the person is living? I know the boy wishes Ruto death. I know people in such a situation. There is a saying that There is nothing as hard as trying to bump reasons or reason with a person with a death wish. Remember, the last time we had a problem in Kenya was at Dusit. There's somebody who woke up in the morning with a bomb, and him was just given instructions that go to that hotel and blow yourself up. We have a problem with people who have a suicidical whatever. But it is also possible that this young man did what he did simply because he wants fame. He wants fame. There's a lot of people who do a lot of things, stupid being one of them, so that he gains popularity. If he has a social media account, he gets more followers. It is quite possible he's doing that. And I would have expected those who are close to him to wish him well, look for all over to see if they can find him. And after finding him, to have a chat with him. That is not good. We have had people, one of them is an MP who resembles a character in Gods Must Be Crazy. They started this way. They started showing pictures of, if it is not Moi, then it is Kibaki's funeral. They were showing military men carrying whatever. And they are trying to say that I don't know why this picture is trending. You know, there are those things that, and some people foolishly think that you can escape something by trying to look for a legal way out. But you can't. So people are saying, I don't know why this picture is trending. That is what the first picture was. And they showed military men in red tunic, and there was a coffin there. But this young boy went an extra mile where he had a picture that suggested that it is the president who is lying in a coffin. In African society, as an elder, I'll have to tell this young man and those other young people with such tendencies. In African tendencies, we don't wish anybody death. Even your worst enemy, you don't wish him death. The other thing in African society, we believe that if you wish somebody death, you somehow add his or her years on earth. That is why you may find somebody who's very bad in your village. When he's sick and you start to answer, huyu mtu mbaya namna hii, mbona kisikufe kituondokee. But in African society and in African belief, we believe that if you start wishing somebody death, God has a different way of extending that person's life. That person, instead of dying immediately, you are adding more life. So that is what it is. It is quite possible that the boy will be left unharmed. And when he's left unharmed, let us give an example of the recent case, the Kitengela 3. The Kitengela 3, they came out. What did they do? I think one of them was dropped somewhere near Limuru. When he was dropped near Limuru, he was dropped near Limuru. When he was dropped near Limuru, he was dropped near Limuru. When he was dropped near Limuru, he went to, is it Rironi police station yeah, I think he went to Rironi police station. And some people were wondering, why was he released from police custody and he went to report at the police station in Limuru? Well, there are some things that don't make sense unless you are one of them that you can maybe explain to people. I will start with Masengeli. You know, Masengeli was the acting Inspector General. When Masengeli was the acting Inspector General, he you know, he shocked me. First of all, before I continue the story, because in Kiganjo, when I was a recruit in 1982, we had recruits who were illiterate. We had recruits who were illiterate, but they were made to cram the oath of evidence, where you say, I, James Lando JI-TENGE, do swear before this Almighty God, before this honoring court, that the evidence that I shall give before court shall be the truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God. He could not do that. He just did it like the way watchmen have done, where rudie baada nyuma yangu mimi. So you see, a person who has not even crammed the oath of evidence is he being asked about, and you see, they whisper to you, how watu wako ABCD. So you are supposed to answer back, and that is why akaanza kukimbia huku na huku, but the magistrate said you should come back. You can see Kanga, after taking over, within minutes he was saying, I've checked with all police stations in Kenya, and those three people are not within any of the gazetted police cells. You see, you may, there are so many people who are looking at things. Oh, then Kanga has been sworn in, and within minutes he has said that they are not within the police cells, and whoever had arrested them had released them, and then one of them even went to Tigoni police station. These are the people whom Rigathi Gachagua was referring to, that he was trying to tell the president that these people, they will spoil your good name. And let me tell you that even in the USA, there are two types of people who, I remember the history of USA, there was somebody who was called Edgar Hoof. Edgar Hoof, whom even the presidents used to fear him. That is when it comes to matter of intelligence, and when it comes to matter of presidential security, there is no two things about it. Remember the World Trade Center, George Bush Jr. wanted to go straight from, he wanted to move straight from Florida to Washington. But VIP protection said, no, you'll have to go, the distance which was to take 2 hours took about, is it 13 hours? So the security, the intelligence people and the VIP protection do not joke around with the president, and they do that. And what do you call, Rigiji was trying to tell the president about it. That is the problem with having a Karanja type of vice president. So these are the people who abducted the Kitengela 3. And then when the Kitengela 3 came out, I've said one of them went to Limuru to report. He went to Limuru to report to a police station. So even he himself knows that he was not abducted by police. Because if he was in a police formation or anything, why should he go to the nearest? You know, he found himself at night somewhere. And then the first person he saw told that person, can you take me to the nearest police station? And he went to the nearest police station to tell his people that he has been found. If he had been arrested by police officers, then he would not have reported to the nearest police station. So he knew those people who had, and I'm saying those are the people who have abducted the boy. Now, I've talked about the boy. Now I want to talk to those people. They are my colleagues. I want to tell them there was no need of abducting that young boy. I know you did it so that when you meet the president or anything, or even your bosses, you say, you see, we did our job and whatever. And the name of the president has got to be respected. My principle in life is this. When I'm casing with you, when we are in a case, and you tell the truth, I get concerned. I get I get afraid. But when I have a case with you and you start cheating, you give evidence that it's something that did not happen, or you start introducing topics or whatever which is meant to annoy me or something like that, I get happy. I get happy because if sincerely you are sincere, if sincerely you are sincere and you are to the point and whatever, then there is no need of sideshows. There is no need of abusing. There is nothing, whatever, whatever. So when you go about, yes, I'll get annoyed. Yes, I'll get whatever, because I never trained in a seminary, but I trained in GSU training school. So we always want you to go to the straight point, this and that and handling. Now going to other places, oh, even do whatever. Those are the things that gets into my under my skin. But to me, I get concerned if you use facts and when we are talking, the facts you are using, I'm seen in the wrong direction. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because of a very simple reason. These people who have been showing caskets with the military men in a tunic, and then they are trying to insinuate that Ruto is in that casket. Those people who have even gone to an extent of now portraying that image in a casket, bearing what do you call, looking like Ruto. They are trying to say something. They are trying to say something. They are trying to say that they have tried to paint Ruto in the dark. They have failed. So they are trying to, and I've just said that if you start wishing anybody death, just look at anybody, somebody you really hate, start wishing him or her dead. Go to your village, you'll find those people who stay so many years. Good people, Jesus wants them very fast to go. So if true that the president is as bad as that and you wish him death, you're adding years to him. I remember when he was the deputy head of state, some people are even looking, photographers were taking his pictures because it was said that, I don't know, they are waiting for him to lose weight to show that he's going to die. Come on. He is human. He does a lot of mistakes like any other person. He's not an angel. And actually, during the elections, we don't have an angel on the ballot paper. We look at these bad people, and then we choose the, the, the better of the worst. Yeah, we see huyu si mzuri, huyu naye ni mbaya zaidi, huyu naye bovu kabisa. So you choose the one huyu si mzuri. You leave huyu mbaya sana and you leave bovu sana. He is capable of making mistakes. And if you have seen my videos, I am very much particular and pained, and I even say so about university funding model. Tell him. Yeah. And that is why I said that in life, when you talk things that are there, somebody becomes worried. I've even told him, don't say that nothing will remove my target and whatever. I have decided this is what I'm going to do, and no amount of criticism will take my eyes off the ball. I've even said how actually the universities, the government has, is it 10 billion? Yeah, 10 billion, and they have only paid 2. I can tell you that the university will not have problems if tomorrow morning the government gets out the 8 billion that is remaining and sends it to the university. The problem with the university is that Ruto himself said that the problem with the university is that if he would not have come out with the student-centered period, whatever, the half of the public universities would have collapsed. If he takes the 8 billion tomorrow morning and gives it to those universities, they'll not collapse. They're collapsing because even that student-centered whatever. So that one I've already talked in other videos, and I want you to watch that and I want you to see that. But what I'm trying to say is that criticize him with points. And if anything crops up and I see he's failing or whatever, then do that. But don't start showing such pictures which are very bad. And for my fellow colleagues, yes, you are supposed to protect the president and whatever. But there are some people, you just ignore them. Remember the parade in Kiganjo or Embakasi or Eldoret RTS or even military academy in Lanet. Yeah? We were being told, if you're standing at attention and you feel like a lie, is it chawa? You feel that a lie is biting you. Just stay and ignore it. And don't even, sasa if you look at that place and you start kujikuna kuna, then anybody who's looking at that parade would have failed. That parade would have failed and whatever. So when you find such small people like this confused young boy, just ignore him. Just ignore him. You ignored him when the Gods Must Be Crazy MP had that red tunic caskets and whatever. And even this thing would have just gone back. There are even sometimes things that when you do, like when you are walking somewhere in a forest like this one, and all the time you are holding your pocket, uh, those people who mug people will think that you have money there and then they'll mug you. But if you cross them as though nothing is happening. And let me tell you another thing. Nothing annoys somebody like when you do something to displease him and he acts as if nothing has happened. Nothing annoys uh, an, a person who wishes you bad by the. But if at the slightest whatever you have started diarrheaing or whatever doing, now such a small boy, look at his age, look at whatever. Yeah, it is good that you mounted hostile surveillance. For those of you who do not know hostile surveillance, kindly check. I've already recorded that. The boy already showed that there was hostile surveillance towards him and he deleted the post. I think security agents, and when I talk of security agents, these are not people who are answerable to the National Police Service or the CDF or the KDF. So I would advise such people that if such a thing happens, just ignore that person. Okay, from this particular case, I've seen that the action of hostile surveillance really uh, put the scare of life in the boys. He then went to an extent of even deleting the thing. I think that was the best time now for the those people who have abducted him to leave him as that. Don't don't behave like that this fella Mwangi, Boniface Mwangi, I think the name is Boniface Mwangi. You see, Boniface Mwangi went to an extent of saying that the flag, the national flag should be those young kids who were killed by security agents during the Gen Z demonstrations should be buried with the flag. Uh, anyway, Boniface Mwangi aliaga biashara inaitwaje za ng'ambo, but at the don't do it at the expense of our kids who are dying. I want to finish off by saying that the importance of the flag. If you visit a military camp at 6 p.m. and there are they are lowering the flags, you'll see that that flag does not touch the ground. That flag does not touch the ground. And I remember when I was younger than these young people, we had a problem in a place called Cyprus. You know, Cyprus is divided into two. Cyprus is divided into two. One side of Cyprus is Greek and one that is Turkish. And you see they have a boundary. Boundary on this side is Turkish and the other side is Greek. And then even the capital itself, Nicosia, also is divided into two. So one person waited until night when he crossed over. I'm assuming it is a him. He crossed over to the other side of the town, of the divide, and there was a flag there. You see, there are three flags there. There is the flag of Turkey, there is a flag of Greek, and then there is the flag of Cyprus. But these people, because they had differed so much, the Cyprus who are Greeks were using the Greek flag, and the Cyprus who are Turkish were using the Turkish flag. They even forgot their own flag. And a person, the one day, I don't know which side, but let's say the other one side, one day they woke up and found that the flag post, which is there, somebody had come at night and placed the flag of the other side of the road, the other side of the town. And so it was shown on TV where somebody, now you see, I want to give you a picture of Uhuru Park. I want to give you the picture of Uhuru Park, Uhuru Highway, sorry. On the South Sea side, it is C people, and South B side is the B people. So somebody from South B crossed over the Uhuru Highway, went to South C, and placed a South B flag on that side. So when the morning came, the South C people found South B flag there. And so they were so much annoyed. And you see some people are just lying there, the other side of the town. This was sharpshooters. So somebody tried to rise up like a monkey. You know, there are those people. I think you have seen flags when they get they get disanchored there. There are some people who climb it like monkeys and go and dangle it up there. So this fellow was going there, and first of all, he was given what do you call warning shots. As he was going, a few shots were shot to scare him, to show him whatever, but he was determined. And when he reached the top, when he touched the flag of South B, a sniper from South B shot him dead. Now you can see what flags mean. What flags mean that somebody knew he was going to die, but as long as he's alive, he would not want to do that. I want also to tell young people, especially those who have never been to Mandera, do you have a friend next to you who has been in Mandera? Mandera town is extended into Somalia and Ethiopia. One town is found in 3 countries. Now the Somali part is called Bulahawa, and Ethiopian part is called Suftu, Malka Suftu. During the Ogaden War, Somalis overran the Ethiopians into Ogaden region. And that place called Suftu, if I want to tell you about Suftu, it's like Kangemi and Kawangware. Now, Kawangware is in Kenya, Kangemi is in Ethiopia. But you see, that river called Mau Mau Bridge, that is the boundary of Kenya and Ethiopia. So there is an Ethiopian who was told to bow down to the Somali flag, which had already been placed over. He said he closed his eyes. He said no. He was told, if you don't bow to the Somali flag, you'll be shot. He said, motherland or death. And he was shot dead because he could not bow down to the flag of. So the flag, national flag, and national flag is not Ruto and his government. National flag was there. Those people, remember those people who determined the national flag, they determined when Ruto was not even born. And now somebody today is being born today. He or she will be the president of Kenya, and he or she will leave that flag the way it is. So when you have demonstrations such as GNC, please respect our national flag. There's a lot to talk, but I'll use other opportunities to educate you more. Thank you.